Hello everyone, good day, good evening. Today we're going to go into the world of generics, and you can think of generics as a container that can hold different types of data and without compromising on type safety. Essentially, they allow you to have code that works with multiple or different data types. So instead of having let's say, writing a set of functions or classes to handle a list of integers, list of strings, or list of some type of record, you can have a single you can use a single generic version or a template to handle them all, and this enables you to have code that is reusable, flexible, and, as I said, type safe. So on the reusability aspect, it's a case of once you've written it once, you don't have to worry about writing it again for the other data types, and that also cuts down on the possibility of errors. Even if you were to copy and paste, you still have that chances of an error occurring. And also it ensures type safety because it knows what the type of thing that's operating on, and if it gets the wrong thing, it will, So let's go into Lazarus now and have a look at what we have here. So we're only going to be using, let's say, what we get out of the box here, and let's go into here. Okay, here we go. So basically, in the FGL unit, we have an interfaced object list, just a list enumerator, map object, and an object list, and a couple of other things to be in. Now, each of these things you can recognize a generic class, shall we say, by a reference to the word generic in front of it. T here is, you get to tell it what sort of type it's working on. If you were to insert something, we'll tell that we're going to be inserting something of, if it was a person, then this might be a T person, for instance. So again, we're looking at type safety here. Also note here that we can also have an enumerator or an iterator, if you were coming from C++, to allow you to iterate through the items in the list. These particular generics that we use here, like I said, coming out of the box here, you can get an lgenerics package, which contains things like stacks, decks, AVL trees, and so on. I think, I'm not quite sure what else you get in there, but I do know that you get a whole bunch more than what you get out of the box here. So once you have an understanding of the basic ones, and then you, let's say, download the generics package, you can start to play a bit more and go from there. So what we're going to do in this particular example here is we're going to be looking at a list of people. So I won't go too far into what this person is because, again, it's only for this particular demo. Suffice to say, they just have a name and an age. And I've also got a comparison function here as well. And notice here that all I really have done is set up a couple of properties. So when we go over here then and we declare a person list as where we specialize an FGP list of people, or each person, shall we say, essentially what we are getting is an implementation of a list containing persons, and I'll have that contained in this variable here. Next, I've got an iterator defined, which is where I specialize an FGP list enumerator of a person, and then I'm going to be using a person within the enumerator. So let's go. If we start off the program here, then we create our person list, and then we add people to it. Now if I were to say something like add, and I want to go A, B, C, D, we're just going to add, essentially we're going to try and add a string to the list. When we go to build it, then we're going to get an error because it tells us that it got a constant string and it expected a T person. So it basically stops you from doing stops anything bad going on, because like I said, it knows what it's dealing with. Then what I've also am doing is, because these are out of order, shall we say, then I'm now going to do a sort function. The sort function is implemented by the generic or the template, and all I have had to do is to write a comparison function here. In my case here, I'm only going to compare the names, nothing much else. And then what we're going to do is I'm using an enumerator or iterator to process the items in that sorted list. And for each person, then what we are going to do is just print out their name and their age and before freeing the list, and then we will do a read line. So I've got that line out. So let's now build the program again. Sweet, that seems to have worked. It's all green for me, so the window's popped open, so I'll bring it over here. And you can basically see now I've got Alice, Bob, Charlie and Malcolm in order based on name, and we'll just close that window down. And that, my friends, is what generics are. Now you could use a generic, like I said, for a queue or a stack or something else, to give you a real-world example of where a list or where generics are used is where I had a program which captured data from phone systems, and let's say a record from that system would be stored in a list like similar to this, and it would then get processed by another thread. Admittedly, these one particular lists here are not thread safe, and we were using a thread safe list. And like I said, you have the benefit of having code that's pre-written, it's type safe, hopefully bug free, and for not much effort here. Like I said, this is all the code I needed in this example here to have a list of people. If you want to know more about generics, let me know in the comments below, or send me a message somehow. I could maybe look at the generics package next. Like I said, just hit me up. And that's about it for the video today. If you like what I'm doing, hit that like button. If you want to get updates, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications button as well. And that's about it for this video. So until next time, I will see you later, and bye.